for your speech. It was a great speech. I remember your speech about the knowing, doing gap. So I liked having a follow-up that was related to it. I thought that was pretty cool. And I remember when you first brought up the knowing, doing gap. I was like, wow. And then once you explained it, it was so simple. Oh, I do that all the time, where I want to know everything about something. And I just read. But I'm still kind of like, I'm nervous about taking the step. I wanted to start gardening. I don't know how to garden. And so I was reading. And I was like, I realized that I was really hesitant to put the shovel in the ground because I didn't know if I was doing it right. And I was like, I'm going to read more. So I love your real life example of that situation and so applicable to what we're doing here. The example of the meeting, practice makes perfect, and actually doing, so it's the doing portion of the knowing and doing that. I like how you introduced the, I'm going to take you to 1988. I like the way you said that because I immediately started thinking about 1988. And I feel like to set the mood, I almost wanted to hear people are wearing jean jackets and they're, driving around in their Ford Pintos, something like that, listening to Culture Club. Because that's kind of what I started picturing in my head. And then I liked the picture that you showed us too. It helped with that. I was like, yeah, I want to set the mood a bit. I liked that you made a good connection with us when you said, I did this, and I did this, and I did this, and it was terrifying. Because we all laughed. We were like, yeah, it is. Your strategy for dealing with it's very much, I think we're both pretty logical, and so your strategy is like, okay, I have a problem with this, I'm going to go take some classes on it. That's what I'm going to do. Totally connected with that. And then still, you were like, still didn't like it. So then you got to the doing part of your knowing and doing gap. It started coming here. You brought it back to the practice makes perfect. But I was still sitting there thinking about the knowing and doing gap. And I think one thing that I would have liked to hear is for you to bring it back to, because the very first thing you said when you came up here was, I spoke about knowing and doing, the knowing and doing gap. Where did it go? And then bring it back to that thing that you mentioned when you first came up here. So back to that knowing and doing gap. I knew everything from taking all these classes. It wasn't until I started coming here, it was on the doing part of it. And that's why it matters. And I feel so much better about speaking than I did before. It's still terrifying, but now I'm doing it. So it was a great speech. I loved it. It was awesome. Thank you.
Getting close. Okay, our second evaluator, Miss Mary Horn, will be evaluating Mr. Carl Strohmeyer. Let's give her a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Carl shared with us very intimate details about his family member. And I think we all can relate because there's at least one person in each one of our family that we care about and we love, and we don't have a problem with sharing how much we love him and how much we care about him. And we just felt what he felt when he was painting the picture, giving us the history of his father's background as well as his other family members. And I just really appreciated that. I know it probably took some doing to do that because I'm sure you still miss him. And, but you're still sharing with us and your experiences. And also when people do what you did today, it just makes me feel like so many people can learn from that experience. Because a lot of people don't know how to share. They don't know how to express their feelings. They don't know how to articulate how they feel. And so it's important that we come in here and we do just that because it's a training ground. You had so many good ways of tying your introduction, your body, and your conclusion together. You started out telling us about your father, and when you thought about it a little bit more and started discussing it a little bit more, you realized, I didn't tell him it was my father. So you came back to the beginning, and you told us in the middle who your father was. And so that's the only thing that I could see that you could have done differently to share with us about, this is my father, he is a good man, and he is my father, so to speak. Organized. We all were able to follow you, I think so, if I can speak for the rest of the members. And it was just so interesting. You captivated your audience. We all could relate to what you were talking about. We all felt sad when you said that you had lost your father. And so it's always good to be relevant in your speaking where people can actually visualize what you're talking about. So with that, please, evaluation.
We can get our timing report for our evaluators.
All right. For our 2 evaluators, had the time frame between 2 to 3 minutes. Heather went over just a little bit. It was 3 minutes and 35 seconds. You were so close. Mary, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. You were within limits. Thanks.
And if I can remind everybody to go ahead and vote for best speaker, table topic, and evaluator, and turn it to Pam. Are you doing the vote? Jeff.
Jeff.
And turn it to Jeff. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
You okay, Pam? Okay. All right. I'm going to do a brief, since we already did the grammarian report, I'm going to do a brief review of the meeting, how the meeting went. Are we there, everybody? Okay. Brief review. The room itself was set up well with the help of Jag and myself. I'll have to thank myself, But hey, that's what we do here at Fairweather. Whatever it takes when we walk through that door, we get here a little early, help set up the room, and that's just what we do here at Fairweather. As far as the evaluators, I thought the evaluators did a great job today. I pretty much modeled, I agreed with their comments. When I hear an evaluation, I'll be honest with you, I'm looking for a key thing. I'm looking for the but. You did this good, but, and not that you did anything wrong, but I always want to know our area of improvement, because that is why we are here, to make our talks and speeches better. So I'm always looking for that area of improvement. And Heather brought up in Jag's speech about the gap of knowing and doing at the end, which tied in the beginning where you started. I thought that was great. That's what it's about. So the next time he gives a speech similar to that, he could go off. Remember what Heather said, I need to bring this back and talk about what I started with. So that's I just want you to know that. Also, Mary, I thought your point about bringing up Carl's father earlier on in the talk, where we knew who it was also a good hint or a good tip for the next time you give that talk. So these are things that, as we do similar talks, to bring these things up and to know that these tips will help them and they'll help you. Now, as far as the meeting, what I thought about the meeting. Now, I have a little critique, and I'm being honest, but I'm being honest with love. So I just want everybody to know that. I'm being honest with love. So here's my thought again. The room was set up great. I noticed volume was low. Speaker volume. As we came up here, we get low. And I want to encourage everybody, when you come up here or stand, bring the volume up, because if you don't, what will happen is people in the back of their minds really don't hear you as well, and they're thinking about what they have to do after work, or I got to go buy a rake, or I got to go pick up some lettuce. You want to interrupt that. So bring the volume up so people will pay attention. I did notice this. While the speakers were speaking, a lot of people were looking down. Now you say, well, that's not a big deal. Well, it is, because when you're up here, you want to see eyeballs. You want to see connection. That's what it's about. So when the speakers come up, I mean, I understand you can't just stare at them the whole time, but if you can, if you have something to write it down, boom, come back up. I think that's our obligation as an audience. To pay attention, to see, to give that, to give what you want when you come up here. Imagine if somebody's speaking and you know, you can't connect. You can't connect. So just be aware when you're sitting, yes, there is I think a little responsibility to really kind of focus in on what the speakers are doing. Keep in mind, we are here to practice. And I know it was a little hard time getting members for the table topic portion, but this is where we practice. That's all. It's basketball. Woo! It's basketball practice. If you miss, next time around, you shoot it again. And you get it till you get it right. That's it. That's all we do. So we are here to practice. Don't be afraid. Jump up. Say, I want to do it. No big. I'd be honest with you, I have to kind of reserve myself. Tracy mentioned art. Just chill. You know, just chill. Let other people, volunteer. Because I'd be, yeah. That's just me. So I have to kind of hold myself. So it's just difficult. So don't be afraid. Just jump in. Like, what does Matt say? Put me in, coach. I love that. Put me in. You know, I want to play. That's what it's about. And here's where we play, in this room. So overall, I thought we had a great meeting. Everything's set up, looks good. And I'm going to turn control of our meeting back to our Toastmaster of the day, Miss Liddy Myers.
Thank you for your comments. That was well received. We're almost done here, and I just want to, before I turn it over to our vote, I just want to bring up that the bottom left corner of our agenda has the speakers for next week. Please go in easy speak and confirm your role so that the next Toastmaster can be as prepared for next week's meeting. With that, I'd like to turn it over to Jeff for the vote.
They're up there, Jeff.
Okay, let me announce result of the vote. Today, the best evaluator is Mary.
All right.
Best table topic speaker is Jennifer.
All right.
Anticipation.
Good one.
Like a reality show. Yeah, it's 20 seconds.
President now.
Toastmaster.
Toastmaster.
I'm going to actually just turn it right over to
Yes.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. So everybody knows, I'm thrilled to be Vice President of Education, and even more thrilled at the excellent support I'm getting from the previous officers. It's fantastic. So, and with that, kind of echoing what our Toastmaster said, Lily, it's great if you guys can jump on Easy Speak and confirm your role, because that gives us a chance to assign them to others if you aren't able to. You know, and as we know, it's challenge by choice. Our participation is voluntary, so we all understand that we have the busy lives, and we just want to get some of the roles assigned so we can kind of keep moving forward. And yeah, other than that, I think we're up to a good start, and appreciate everybody's help in getting us rolling in the new panel. Yep.
Appreciate being included in today. I enjoyed it and got a lot out of it. I would say that this is the fastest hour I can remember experiencing. And I walked in not knowing what I wanted to get from this. And I feel like I'm leaving with a much clearer understanding of what it means to be part of this group. There's a lot of support, and I look forward to the opportunity to improve, but not in the way that you do in a communications course. It's somehow more real, more vulnerable. So I think it was great.
Do want to leave a comment. 6 months ago, a friend of mine came to me and asked, Jack, I want to start talk to one of your events. So again, this. Find the class, take the lessons, start the lesson. This weekend he came back to me and said, it's hard. Can't seem to get the ball out of the ground into the air. So I asked him one question. I said, are you going to quit? That's what I'm thinking. My response to him is, before you quit, ask yourself the question, why did you start this? Why did you start talking? The same thing applies to all of us. It's terrifying to be here, learning to speak, giving speeches, impromptu, prepare. But any given moment of time, if you feel like I'm going to quit, please go back and think, why did I start? That will motivate us to continue. With that, we're adjourned the meeting. Thanks for being here, and rest of the day.
Shove it in there. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, just in general, because I didn't know which one, the person I sent in and then the title name, this time, we're in the place, so, tell me which one. And I heard, okay, which one, what number is that?
Number 9.
Number 9, is it CL or so I'll go through that and make sure I get my proper.
But it's like the $5 is gonna earn you $18,000. I can't play big. It's like, I'm terrified. Yeah, it terrifies me.
Yeah, no, I get, I used to go up every year for soccer tournament.
Those dates apply to right now.
Yeah, he stopped at $1.
Because I saw it as a $1.
Yes.
No, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's.
Got homework.
Are you
No, I have not.
Okay. No, I mean, we got asked for these guys. I don't work for you. They have a little-